Alright traders, I'm back again with another video, and today I know you guys are probably shocked because I'm putting out another video. So I put out 2 videos in 2 days, one a day, so that's a record for me maybe. But no, actually I've done that before, so just being kind of busy today because I see some things in the market and I just want to really go over them real quick. And I just posted a blog post about this pair here that I'm looking at. This is the dollar yen. So I'm on a daily time frame, and this pair is very intriguing to me. It's doing a few things, and I always have a tough time trading this dollar yen, and that's why I really don't trade it that much. Now, prior to this past basically 2 weeks, maybe somewhere in the last week or two, I had this line here, and I had this as a descending triangle pattern, and I had the pattern set up like this, and we already had a level here, so we had 2 hits of our downward trend line, and then price broke out of there, but now it pulled back in. So maybe this was just a false breakout, because look at how price came down, tapped on here, then it failed to go higher and then came back down. But what's really intriguing me is what's happening now at this level. We're at the Kijun level, so this market is in a state of equilibrium to the maximum, because the third day prior, 3 days ago, you had this candle here, this long bearish candle, and what happened here, the bears took over the market, took it down, but then the bulls pushed it all the way back up here. Then the bulls came in and took over here, but then the bears pushed it all the way back down to here. Now the bears pushed this way down, but the bulls were able to push it back here again. So for the past 3 days, the price has really never changed. The open and closes are the same. Depending on where this candle closes now, we have about an hour left in the market. So this candle looks like it may also end up being a big long wick tailed doji right at support. And this is going to be very important here, because now I'm looking at this maybe going up higher when I thought it was a descending triangle pattern and it would go lower. But let me get deeper into that, okay, because first I'll show you what I'm looking at. Usually a lot of times the descending triangle pattern is a sign of continuation, but it's usually comes off of a bearish trend. Okay, so we'll get to that in a minute, so just remember that statement there. There's a lot of support right here, and then there's a lot of support here. This isn't a major support level, but this Kijun is, this Kumo is holding support here because that's a support and resistance level from the Ichimoku system. But the thing is, it's a weak support and resistance level, because look how thin the cloud is. All right, but then you have your Kijun here, so that's a support level. So we did not break support here. We broke it, but we didn't close below. Same thing here, we broke it but we couldn't close below. We broke it but we can't close below the Kijun. So this level must be a significant level of support, and we want to see what's going to happen here. So if this candle closes in that area where it is now or a little above, I would really be thinking like maybe this is going higher, and that would be where I would want to be in the market, getting along with this. Now, no one's really taking control of the market, but I think the bulls are trying to take over the market, because you had the big down move here with the bears pushing this down, but the bulls were able to push it up here. Here's strength with the bulls, then the bulls came into the market again. So the bulls came in the market here, they came in here, and they came in here. Well, the bears actually were here, and then the bulls pushed it back up again. So the bulls are not allowing this level to be violated. Okay, so this must be a level of significance. So we're going to see what happens here. All right, so that's what I'm going to be looking for the next couple of days. But with this pair also, you see this descending triangle pattern. Okay, so usually a descending triangle pattern is a continuation pattern, so maybe the continuation is here and then the pullback, but this could be the start of the downtrend here really. So I'm just going to play this off of I'm going to just see what the market does, because it's kind of confusing me. The USD JPY is a pair that I have a rough time trading a lot of times, but I can see this clearly and it's telling me. And a lot of times if I listen to what I'm seeing and what the market is telling me, with this pair I would have been okay, but I try to overanalyze it and find more, and that's where you have issues. So you just have to keep things simple, don't overanalyze things, and that's how you'll become more efficient at analyzing the market. You don't have to overanalyze it. All right, the simpler the better. Basic things. Now here we had a symmetrical triangle pattern with this pair, and you can see what happened. This pair has made two triangles recently, so it broke out of this level, and this is a continuation pattern of the uptrend that you had here. So you had this uptrend, then you had the symmetrical triangle pattern and the breakout here. So this is a continuation pattern, and it held true. It broke up and went really higher. Then we got back into another pattern here, formed this descending triangle pattern. Now the descending triangle pattern is usually a continuation, usually off of a bearish move. So this is basically, I think, off of the bullish move. I don't count this move here as the start of the move, but this, I guess this would be the move maybe. So I'm not going to worry about the pattern. I'm going to worry about what's happening at the support and resistance levels. But the pattern is there. Okay, so that's what we're looking at on the US dollar JPY. I put a blog post on my site, fx@oneglance.com, and I posted this today. Go on there and guys look at it and let me know what you guys think about this pair. This is very crazy here, what you see right now. I think the bulls are gonna eventually take over this level here. They don't want it to go any lower, and there's a reason they don't want it to go any lower, so we'll see. All right, so that's US dollar JPY daily time frame. All right, I had to bring this pair up, the CAD Swiss franc, just because we have a Kumo breakout here. And the thing about this Kumo breakout, we just got the dark future, so you got a Kumo twist, which is bearish. And also it's Friday, and it's breaking out on Friday, and we still have about 50 minutes left in the market. So who knows where this candle could close. It may close right here and not break out of here, but if it closes with the breakout, it's irrelevant for me because it's Friday, and I'm not getting into the trade at the end of the Friday, because the market opens up on Sunday night, and this can be anywhere. So this breakout is irrelevant to me really now. But the thing that is relevant is the structure of this market here. If you look at the fractals, based off of the fractals, you could see the formation, what's happening. Okay, you didn't break any bear fractals until you broke this one over here. So this bear fractal here got broken here barely, and it almost held as support. Okay, and then you had these two fractals were close to each other. When you get these bear fractals or bull fractals near each other like that, then you're in a range pretty much, and you could see this is almost a double top here, and you have a range, and then you finally break this bear fractal, but then you do break this bear fractal, and we pretty much are pretty sure of breaking this fractal here, and the market goes lower. That's where you want to get into the market. Now when we're trading these fractals, and this is another way that I trade, I've shown this on previous videos, not recently, but trading these fractals is very good, a very good trading style. One thing that worries me with trading the fractals though is sometimes my stop loss is big, and sometimes price likes to, it'll break that fractal level, but then it likes to come back to that level, and then sometimes it even scares you and goes through that level before it goes farther again. So that's why I try to get it higher, but the fractal levels just tell you everything. You just have to pay attention to these fractals. And now this fractal level is being broken, and the market is starting to show a whole bunch of signs of becoming a bearish market. Okay, it was a bullish market here, and now the signs are showing you that this has now changed over to a bearish market. We're breaking bearish fractals, and we have price below the cloud. Now we want to see where it closes. We got 50 minutes at the end of Friday. It probably will close below this level. It's irrelevant. This is an irrelevant breakout. I will not trade it. I'll have to wait till see where it goes on the open of the market. Hopefully it could come back up near this cloud, get in this cloud, get this fractal level again, and then trade that from there. But this looks like it's a bearish market here for sure. So CAD Swiss franc, keep your eye on that. There might be a good trading opportunity there. All right, let's move on. Okay, euro pound, I'm not going to hit on this one too long or too hard, because I showed you guys this yesterday, and this is the one that really let me show you guys about the fractals really developing. And you can see now, you know, coming down, when the market's moving down, you're breaking these bearish fractals. You're not breaking these bullish fractals. So you're breaking these bearish fractals. Okay, so you broke that last bearish fractal. Now your fractals were pretty much even here. Then you broke a bullish fractal. Then this main fractal here, this fractal level you didn't break, you held there. So this level held as basically it kind of, it's close, it's right at the wick. So we're going to call this a support level, and it is a support level because let me show you something. Fractals will always lead you to support and resistance. Okay, so you could find this, and this is support and resistance level because you could see here it's support here, it comes down, fractal level right at resistance, and then it makes another fractal level right at resistance, and the market moves down. Now today we're breaking a fractal level. So fractal levels lead you to all kinds of things. Fractal levels are your roadmap to the market. So these fractal levels will tell you everything. It'll tell you what the market's doing. It's just unbelievable that you can have something like this to let you know what the market is doing and to trade off of. And a lot of times you're going to be right with these fractals if you just can learn how to follow the formation of the fractals and the structure of the fractals and what it's doing with the market. But just looking at this pair here real quick, you could see the breakout here. This is breaking out of this fractal level, and it broke the higher fractal. So here coming down, breaking lower fractals, but then you had a development where you had two fractal levels stay the same. Then you made a bull fractal, then a bear fractal. Okay, so this is where in between levels here, you're in between a bear fractal here, you're in between a bull fractal here. This is where you want to look for your signal. Off of this fractal level, this is where you want to look for the signal. Once you get a fractal level like this, now you decide, you know that this is going to be the level that you're going to be looking for to go higher, to break this level, and that's where the market's going. So now we made a bear fractal. We're going to go up and make another bear fractal and continue upwards maybe. So we'll see what happens. Unless this level holds, then the market will range for a while before breaking the level. But I think we're seeing the start of a move upwards with this pair. So the Kumo breakout will probably be a nice thing. That will give us a lot of incentive to get into this market because we'll see a lot of things happening here. Breaking bullish fractals. You'll see the chains of momentum as far as breaking the fractals. The fractals tell you a lot about the market momentum. You can see the market, there's no momentum when they're together like this at the bottom. You see this, there's no momentum in the market here because the market's going nowhere. But there's a lot of bearish momentum here because look at a fractal down here, boom, fractals down here, boom, fractal down here, fractal down here. Okay, now in order to be going higher, you have to break these bullish fractals, and if you're breaking bullish fractals, you have to have momentum to go higher, and then you're going higher. So it's just showing you that there's momentum to the upside, and right now there is momentum to the upside with this. But again, it's Friday, so we have to wait and see. All right, and it's so easy to put these support and resistance levels in with these fractals also. All right, even short-term support and resistance, very big with these levels. All right, so that's euro pound. Let's get out of here with that. All right, so we'll look at the euro yen right here. I told you guys yesterday this is my favorite pair to trade the Ichimoku system with. But right now I'm just so excited because the best sport in the world is back right now. And we're in the preseason right now, and I'm talking about football. Hope I don't make any baseball or basketball player people upset, but actually soccer too. Soccer's starting to make a big move around here. So, but I'm in Texas right now, so being in Texas, you know, with all these Dallas Cowboy fans, and I'm a Redskin fan, oh my goodness, I'm getting killed out here. But I came from the East Coast, so being on the East Coast I was alright, but I was around all these Philly fans, and I really could not stand the Philly fans more than anybody. If there's one team I can't stand more than any team in the whole NFL, it's Philly. I cannot stand the Eagles, and if whoever they're playing, I hope they lose to. So I can't stand the Eagles. Okay, so I'm a Redskin fan. We're having a lot of controversy with the name right now. I don't want to make a stand for the name being racist or not. A lot of people are saying the name is racist. They've had this name for 60 to 80 years, however long the franchise has been. And the thing about it, they have a song. It's called "Hail to the Redskins." So It's like they're honoring the Redskins. So I don't know if I feel they're being derogatory to them, but if someone feels it is, then it is. So I'll miss the name if they change it, but that's still my team. So time to move on though. Let's get here with the euro yen. We're talking about the euro yen on the 4 hour time frame here. Now looking at this 4 hour time frame, guys, you could see I'm going to show you a couple things here. First of all, we had to move down, then we had to pull back, then we had to move down, broke the fractal levels here. So we're still in that downward move. We haven't shown anything to show us that we're not in the downward move or range or consolidating yet. We do see the move up right here, so that's a sign. So some momentum to the upside just based off of the candles, okay? But if we break this fractal level here, that'll be very important. Now if we make a fractal level here somewhere and then price drops, then we make another fractal and break this level. So let's just go into the future, okay? Let's look into the future. Suppose we make a fractal level here at that candle, and then price drops down to this level here and then breaks this level. Now we're breaking a fractal level higher. Okay, so when you start doing that, that's when you know you have a change of direction with the market, and you'll be able to see that easy. So you want to break the next fractal, bearish fractal or bullish fractal, whichever way you're going. Now to be between two fractals is a big thing too. So really we're between these fractals here right now and moving up towards this fractal. Now this is a long fractal range here. So between these two fractals, the market is doing nothing yet, but it's showing momentum to the upside because we're getting closer and closer to this bearish fractal. So the closer you get, the more momentum you have getting to that fractal. Now if we start moving back down, then momentum's getting stronger towards that bearish fractal, so the move bearish is showing more momentum. All right, now we're near equilibrium right here with the Kijun. So this is a good level to look at what could be happening with this market. So we're going to wait. We're between this level and we want to see the market break above that level. If it breaks above that level, more than likely it'll pull back, come down to support, then break the level, or else come down to support and break the support level and then continue breaking bearish fractals. We haven't broken any bullish fractals yet, so nothing is really showing us that we have a change of direction yet. Now all trends start with a fractal, and I always say that. I've been telling you guys that, and you can see it here. This small trend started with a fractal level. This trend is going to start with a fractal level. If this trend starts, it starts with this fractal level. Boom. And we can catch the next level, because you're not going to catch that first level, but we can catch the next level and we'll be in on the trend. So fractals will help you get into a very good trade, get into catch a lot of the trend. All right, along with the Ichimoku system, because if we do make a fractal here, then we have to develop and break the Kijun, I mean the Kumo, sorry, and we break that Kumo, then we're on the bullish side of the market, and we know which way we're going, and we catch a lot of that market. All right, so euro yen, I'm not going to expound on that too much more. We're hitting resistance right now, this fractal level resistance. Let's see what happens here. Are we going to go higher and break these levels? If not, we're probably going to go lower then. So those are signs that you look for with the market. You don't need any indicators to see this stuff. You can trade this without an indicator, because it's just a roadmap to the market. All right, and I will show you, I trade this without any indicators, but I'm such a strong proponent of the Ichimoku system that I like to trade that. So I just love it. So I keep on my chart basically what I use. And now when I want to see if I'm really at the bottom here, I'll try to look for divergence. So maybe I'll put in like my ultimate oscillator or something, and then I'll find out if I have divergence down here. If I'm starting to show divergence and then I'm starting to break fractals higher, then I really have strong indication that the market is going to move the other way. So it helps me to get in on the start of a trend, near the start of a trend. So again, I keep pounding on it again. Fractals, Kumo breakout, all this stuff. This stuff is good. All right, so let's move on. Let's look at something else. All right guys, this is going to be the last pair that we look at. This is the pound dollar, and this is the daily time frame, and you can see we had the breakout. Not much really to talk about here. We did break out. We had to break out. It wasn't ready to break out. It wasn't a good breakout for us at the time because, like I told you before, we were 26 here, 26. So we didn't have we didn't have a dark future. Our Kumo twist didn't happen. We didn't have the bearish Kumo twist, and then it developed here. This is far from the. It still didn't develop. It's not even developed there. So then you had the pullback, and then at the pullback level, it's developed. So it's been developed for the past 3 days. Now we had a breakout of this bearish candle, I mean of this bearish fractal. So now the market's continuing doing what it was doing up here, and now we're breaking this bearish fractal, and this is the way to go. But it's Friday, so I wouldn't have gotten into this trade, and I'm not taking the trade, being away from the Kijun, but we still have our resistance level here with the fractals. So this would be our stop loss level. So this is where I would have taken the trade, basically here with a stop here. That's one way that we trade the fractal levels. Okay, and then that would eliminate our stop loss from being way up here where the Kijun is, or the cloud is. So you have a lot of opportunities where you want to put your stop loss. So look at these opportunities. There's one there, here, and here. All right, and then ultimately, you know, the final place, but that's way too far. So, but these are levels that you look at for stop losses, and those are levels that you can find and make sure you're on the closest one that you want to trade to for your money management, your risk reward management, because you don't want to have a 100 pip stop loss and be trying to make 30 pips. All right, so then the other thing is trading these fractal levels is you'll see when you're trading them that a lot of times it's a pretty good trade. They're really good trades, but the thing is, price likes to come back to those levels. So we broke that level, it gets a little up here, then it's coming back to that level. Now a lot of times it'll come back to that level and then take off again if it's going to continue to upward move. So it's going to come back to this level or come near that level and then go up. And a lot of times it doesn't go too far after moving from there and then comes back, and it sometimes has you waiting. And I like to try to get in down here if I could, and there's a way to get in after this fractal level, after you have this fractal level. But I probably wouldn't have gotten a good trade here anyway, no matter what I've done. The way that I trade, I probably wouldn't have gotten much better than this level. So maybe a little bit better, but not much better. And this level here, you know, this is all right to trade. A lot of people look at this level, and you want to make sure that you don't get faked out on these fractal levels, but you could see them all falling in order. Okay, now another way would be if we miss that fractal level, then we have this pullback here, and then we had this bearish engulfing candle, and there's the market. Now that gives us a little bit better entry. You could see the difference right there. So that's the difference there. And then a lot of times the other difference is just making sure that this breakout happens, because if you catch this a lot of times on a downtrend, maybe break three fractal points down, and that's it. You start looking at the fourth and fifth, you're talking maybe the market consolidating and going the other way. So that's what you got to look for, and be careful that you're not on the third or fourth fractal level breakdown. Now those are not counting this kind of a small fractal, but counting this level here. All right, looking at a real pullback level, and then you have the fractal level. All right, so yeah, we could have got a little bit better in entry here, and you wouldn't know this was going to happen until you follow the market and watch, and then you see this. You're not going to have this fractal level until you get this candle developed and done. So there's no fractal level even after this bearish engulfing. So nothing is really sure about the pullback here. You can use your Fibonacci retracement levels, but this lets you know that the fractal level is real. It's there. Even if we entered on that level here with a stop loss above this level, okay, and then this, if the market's going to stay within this range, it'll go down to here a little bit and then it'll come back. So this limits our stop loss, makes it smaller. So it's 64 here, If we get in here, it's 79. Now don't forget we're looking at a daily time frame, so these are going to be big stop losses on a daily time frame. If you go down to a 4 hour time frame, that might have come down from 60 to maybe 30 or so, 40. And then you go even smaller. Your time, the smaller the time frame, the smaller your stop loss will be. All right, but looking at a daily time frame, that's what that is. And I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna be pushing these fractals for a little while. I'm gonna get a little deeper into the fractal things. So probably that'll be my next videos, making more stuff about the fractal levels. So I'm gonna end now. It's the end of the week, Friday. Everything's closing up. We'll wait to see what the market does on Sunday night when it starts opening back up, see what goes on. So we'll look for things next week. Guys, visit my site, check out my blog, comment on my blog, let me know what you think about the post, let me know your opinions about the post, about the moves or whatever's happening. And you can even sign up to receive emails about the blog. And if you sign up on my list, you also will get invitations to the free webinars that I have for the Ichimoku system. And I'm not going to just do Ichimoku system. Some things will be support and resistance and fractals and things to that nature, things that I know about and things that I trade, because I can't just stay on the Ichimoku system. I can stay on it, but we'll be talking about the same things over that you guys might already know, and then you won't want to be checking out my webinars anymore. All right, so that's where we are, and I'm about to get on out of here. So until next time, traders, have a great weekend and God bless you. So long.